Welcome back to Kuma English Listening Hub. Today we will talk about a fun and friendly topic, board games. Board games are games that you usually play on a table. You often use a board, small pieces, and sometimes cards or dice. People of all ages enjoy them. Children play them, teenagers play them, adults and even grandparents play them. In this episode, you will learn what board games are, a short history of board games, different types of board games, why board games are good for language learners, how board games can bring people together. So find a comfortable place, relax, and listen carefully. First, let's think about this question. When was the last time you played a board game? Maybe you played a simple game like Ludo, snakes and ladders, or checkers when you were a child. Maybe you played a card game with your family, or maybe you have never played a board game before. No problem. After this episode, you will understand many common words about games, and you might want to try one. Let's start with a short history. Board games are not new. In fact, they are very old. People played board games thousands of years ago. In ancient Egypt, people played a game called Senet. In ancient China, people played a game called Go, which is still popular today. In Europe, people have played chess for many centuries. These games were not just for fun. Sometimes they were also for teaching strategy, planning, and even for thinking about life and death. Kings and leaders sometimes played games to practice their thinking skills. Today, there are many modern board games. Some are simple. Some are very complex. Some games are about building a city, some are about traveling around the world, others are about working together with your friends. Now, let's talk about the different types of board games. One type is classic family games. These are games many people know from childhood. For example, games where you move pieces around a track, or games where you roll dice and try to reach the finish line first. Another type is strategy games. In these games, you must think carefully. You must plan your moves. You must watch what other players do. Chess is a famous strategy game. Go is another one. Many new games also use strategy. In these games, luck is not the most important thing. Your decisions are important. There are also party games. These games are usually fast and funny. Many people can play them at the same time. You often laugh a lot in party games. For example, some games ask you to explain a word without saying the word. Some games ask you to draw pictures, and other players must guess what you are drawing. Another group is cooperative games. In a cooperative game, all players are on the same team. You do not play against each other. You play together against the game. You win together or lose together. In these games, you must communicate, share ideas, and help each other. Now, let's connect board games with language learning. Many people think they can only learn English from books, videos, or classes, but you can also use board games to practice English in a natural way. When you play a game, you must talk. You have to ask questions, explain rules, and react to what happens. For example, you may say things like, "It's your turn. Can you pass me the dice, please? I don't understand this rule. Can you explain it again? I think this is a good move. Oh no, I lost my last piece." These are useful, real sentences. You can use them in other situations too, not only in games. Also, many board games have interesting themes. Some games are about travel. Some are about history. Some are about nature or science. When you play, you often learn new words about these topics. For example, imagine a game about building a small town. You might learn words like road, bridge, market, farm, forest, or river. You might learn verbs like build, trade, grow, or connect. Because you use these words in the game again and again, they become easier to remember. Now, let's talk about how board games bring people together. Today, many people feel lonely. We often look at our phones or computers. We text our friends instead of meeting them in person. Sometimes, even when we sit in the same room, everyone is looking at a different screen. Board games are different. When you play a board game, you usually sit around the same table. You look at each other. You talk, you laugh, you think, and you react together. The game becomes a shared experience. Imagine this scene. 4 friends meet on a Saturday afternoon. They make tea or coffee. They choose a game. At first, they read the rules. They ask questions. Then they start to play. One friend is very careful. She thinks a long time before each move. Another friend plays fast and takes a lot of risks. A third friend jokes and makes everyone laugh. The fourth friend tries to help others remember the rules. During the game, they talk about many things. They talk about their week, their work, their studies. They talk about their plans for the weekend. They share stories from their childhood. At the end of the game, maybe someone wins. But even the player who wins will say that the best part was not the victory. The best part was the time together. This is how board games bring people together. They give us a reason to sit, to talk, and to connect. Board games are also helpful when you meet new people, or when people are shy. Sometimes, when you meet someone for the first time, it is hard to start a conversation. You do not know what to say. You feel a little nervous. A board game can make this easier. The game gives you a topic to talk about. You can talk about the rules, the moves, and the cards. You do not have to think of a new topic all the time, because the game creates natural situations to speak. For example, you can say, "What do you think I should do?" "Wow, that was a smart move. I did not see that coming. Let's try again." In this way, you slowly become more comfortable with the other players. You begin to learn about their personality. You see if they are competitive, relaxed, serious, or funny. Board games can also connect people from different cultures. Imagine an international student who goes to another country to study. At first, she feels lonely. Her English is not perfect. She is shy to speak in class. One day, another student invites her to a board game club. At the club, people welcome her. They explain the game slowly. They help her with new words. During the game, she has many chances to speak. She does not have to speak perfectly. She only needs to say short sentences like "move here," "draw a card," or "I think we will lose." After a few weeks, she feels more confident. She has new friends from different countries. Her speaking becomes faster and more natural. All this starts from a simple board game. Now, let's talk about how you can start using board games to practice English. You do not need to buy a big, expensive game. You can start with something simple. Here are a few ideas. Play a simple game in English with your family or friends. Even if they do not speak English well, you can all try. You can keep the rules simple. Use English words for basic actions in the game. For example, roll, move, pick, draw, choose, win, lose, turn, card, piece, board, dice. Before you play, learn a few useful sentences. For example, how do we play this game? Can you explain the rules? I don't understand this part. Is it my turn? Let's play again. If you play with other English learners, decide to speak only English during the game. It may be difficult at first, but it will become easier. If you do not have a board game at home, you still have options. You can search online for printable board games. Many websites offer simple games that you can print and cut out. Some are free. You can also make your own game. You just need a piece of paper, a pen, and some small objects as pieces. For example, you can use coins, buttons, or small stones. Draw a simple track with boxes, like a path. In some boxes, write small instructions in English, such as go forward 2 steps, go back 1 step, miss a turn, change places with another player. Then play with a friend or family member. You will have fun, and you will also read and say English sentences many times. Now, let's think about balance between winning and fun. Some people are very serious when they play games. They really want to win. They feel angry when they lose. This can make the game stressful, not fun. But remember, for language learners, the main goal is not to win the game. The main goal is to communicate. So when you play, try to focus on speaking, not only on winning. Be patient with other players. Help others with words and rules. Laugh at mistakes, including your own. This way, everyone will enjoy the game, and everyone can improve their English. Next, let's talk about time and attention. Many games today are digital. They are on our phones, tablets, or computers. They can be fun, but they are often fast and noisy. There are many lights and sounds. It is easy to stop and start. You can play for a few seconds, then check a message, then play again. Board games are a little different. They usually need more time and attention. You sit down, open the box, explain the rules, and then play. This slower speed can be very good for your brain. You have time to think about your decisions. You have time to listen to other people. You have time to say full sentences. When you practice English in a slow, calm situation, your brain can learn more deeply. You can notice new words and structures. You can remember them better. Now, let's imagine a simple example of a learning game. Think of a game where each space on the board has a picture: a house, a tree, a car, a dog, a book, and so on. When you land on a space, you have to make a sentence with that word. For example, I live in a small house. There is a big tree in my garden. I usually go to work by car. If you cannot make a sentence, you stay on the same space. If you make a correct sentence, you move one more step. This kind of game is simple, but it can give you a lot of speaking practice. You repeat common words in many different sentences. You listen to other players' sentences too. Finally, let's review what we learned today. Board games are table games that often use a board, pieces, cards, or dice. They have a long history in many cultures, and they are still popular today. There are many types of board games, such as family games, strategy games, party games, and cooperative games. Board games are not only for fun, they can also help you learn and practice English. When you play, you use real language, questions, explanations, reactions, and opinions. Board games also bring people together. They help us spend real time with family and friends, meet new people, and connect with people from other cultures. You do not need a lot of money to start. You can use simple games, printable games, or even games you draw yourself. The most important thing is your attitude. Be open, be patient, and focus on communication. Before we finish, here are a few reflection questions for you. What kind of board game do you think you would enjoy? A family game, a strategy game, a party game, or a cooperative game? Who could you invite to play a game with you in English? What new English sentences could you practice during a game? You can pause this audio and think about your answers. You can also write your answers down. Writing will help you remember new ideas and new words. Thank you for listening to Kuma English Listening Hub. If you enjoyed this episode, try to find or create a simple board game and play it in English this week. Remember, language learning does not need to be boring. It can be like a game. See you next time.